Some of the best ideas do come ukiwa kwa Luo, and I think it's because you have a lot of peace, and they are always crazy because garbage in, garbage out. If you know, you know. Kabla uone nimetukana msee, jua kuna mahali tumefikishana. Things are changing by the day. I'll be lying to say I have the formula. I think naweza tu sema nikaende sana. Of course I feel sweet. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I feel good. Hey, this is Njugush. Haya, twende sana. Always the gift of family, I think, for me. So having them healthy, I think for me that's a huge achievement. This year we've had beautiful projects. One we did totally sold out shows. Imekuwa ni kama standard. Thanks to my fans. I think the greatest is going back to what TTNT was from inception, because it was supposed to be huge, going out of the country, selling out shows, and for me that's an achievement. There is kuna utamu. What we did back in school in terms of English and Swahili, we had the Fasihi literature. I love current affairs. I'm a trained journalist. I trained at the Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. It's good to see. Kuna watu hapa wameenda sijui university wapi, hawaachi tulale. Politics was one of my favorite, but also human interest stories. It's something I love, but generally, social media, it's all about kaende sana. There's some things that are really tricky to touch. One is religion, because we have different beliefs. And you cannot convince me what I believe in is not real, it's not true. Two is politics, and I think in Kenya manze kama kuna wasee wanapenda siasa. Unajua wale wasee wa gazeti, have you ever seen those guys pali gazeti zinauzwa wamesimama wanasoma headlines? Hawakwangi wakisoma ati bei ya bidhaa imeteremka. Ni siasa, wanataka kujua leo huyu amesema nini. So you are a very political nation, which I think, I don't know if it's a good thing or it's a bad, because if we use that to be able to champion for better services, when you don't talk about politics and you talk about current affairs, like for example tukiongea juu idea, tuongee juu ya mrengo ama nini, we are talking about ideas, ni kitu inakugusa wewe kama Mkenya. So it's also how you place it without taking sides. Of course we've had issues, not majorly from the audience per se. So someone reaches out, niaje nimeona umefanya video kunihusu, sijapenda. So I'm like, but sijakutaja. Yeah, so that's the beauty again of literature. If you know, you know. Kabla uone nimetukana msee, jua kuna mahali tumefikishana. We don't really go for any story because one, there's fake news, so you might react on something. Juu pia hiyo kukimbia inaweza kuweka kwa shida. So it's not every other story we jump on, but it's story yenye tuko sure like this one is a go. There's a lot of tools online for you to be able to verify fake news. Then we have credible news outlets. Exactly. So where you see kama haiko hapa na haiko hapa, kwa nini iko hapa? Unaenda to the major whatevers, unaenda Kenya.co.ke. Nyinyi ni nini huwa amuoni? Na hiyo picha mnachukuanga na mnachukua hiyo maneno mnaseti hapo. So if you don't see that, then it's not happening. There's also some sensitive stories that you'd want to do. Let's say someone had said something bad about a certain religion. So reacting on that might require a little bit of intelligence kidogo. I'll be lying to say I have the formula. We are learning on the go. You think you have it, then TikTok inakam. Because unajua kitambo ilikuwa the more followers you have, the more views you get. TikTok unapata mtu akona 1000 followers, amepata millions of views. Things are changing by the day. Humility comes out. It's who you are. It's who you are as a person. It doesn't matter whether uko kwa showbiz, it doesn't matter whether you're a doctor, it doesn't matter whether you work wherever. Humility is who you are as a person, and that doesn't change whoever you are. But you find some people, when money comes in, we see, when you see pride comes, that's the real person. Ni pesa alikuwa amekosa, but that's who they are. The very first skit harambe, zile harambe za Ocha, tunafanyanga harambe za Ocha, sijui na Kiondo, nani ametupatia 200. So that clip, I was at a very dark nini in my life. So job imeisha for TV, then here I am, sina plan, tumeshaoana, super tuko naye hapa, tunakunywa maji, tuko na ice cream, juu hakuna food ingine. And then she came with a beautiful idea. She told me, uko na ideas kali, si to shoot, upost. That was the very first clip I shot. If it were not for that video, 5 years later, 10 years later, I wouldn't be here.
Wow. Hey, Njugush hapa. This is Kenyans.co.ke.